Hi everybody, today I want to show you an add-on that I made specifically for Blender. This add-on enables you to use your 3D connection space mouse to move an object in Blender. For those who don't know, a 3D mouse is a device that can detect movement on all 6 axes of motion. It looks a bit like that. Up until now, in Blender, you could only use a 3D mouse to travel through 3D space, which was handy to look your models from different angles, but other software would also let you use the 3D mouse to move objects with some kind of telekinesis function, but it wasn't supported in Blender, so I made an add-on. To install the add-on, you'll need to first get it from my Gumroad page. It's totally free, I don't ask any money for it, and there will be a link down in the description of this video. So once you've got a file downloaded, you just return in Blender to your preference and then you select add-on. You then click on install and find where you downloaded the file. Then click install. Once you have installed it, you'll need to activate it by ticking this box. It can take a few seconds while Blender installs some dependencies, and for some reason it sometimes crashes on the first try, but if you click on the box again, it will be just fine. And it's not Blender that crashes, it's just the activation of the add-on. I like to go now and save my preferences to make sure that the add-on will still be activated the next time I boot up Blender. Now, for the fun part, we get to see what settings are in this add-on. Go to your new preference menu and you'll see a bunch of menus. The first one is the action menu, which is really only one button, the telekinesis button. If you click on it, whatever is selected in your scene will now be affected by your 3D mouse, just like the move or rotate function, for example. And just like those commands, you can now accept the change with the left click of your 2D mouse, or cancel the motion with either the escape key on your keyboard or the right click mouse button. The next setting is just as the name suggests it would. You can change the shortcut to activate the telekinesis mode. Just click on that button and enter the new shortcut. I have mine set to Ctrl W, and I have bound this keystroke to a physical button on my 3D mouse. That way I don't have to move between the keyboard and the mouse to use that setting. The next settings are the axis settings. The first of those axis settings is the axis sensitivity setting, which makes the motion faster or slower. It has each axis on different number to adjust it to your need. If you set, for example, the x-axis to something big, it's going to make the cube go fast when it moves on the x-axis. The next one is the inverse axis setting, and it's there to inverse the direction in which your 3D mouse will affect the object. And lastly, the axis binding lets you map the direction in which you move your 3D mouse to an axis of motion in the 3D object you're trying to move. For example, if I move my mouse to the right, I'm gonna make the cube move on the x-axis right now. But I could change that. I just need to make sure that each of one of those axes are only there once. So the right and the front axis cannot be the x-axis, if that makes sense. So that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you for watching.